Thank y'all for having me back here at the Neshoba County Fair. This is the 11th time I've had the honor of speaking under the shade of this pavilion. Of course, today it's nice everywhere because it's shady everywhere. My wife Ely's here with me today. Ely, raise your hand. You might remember her from our campaign commercials. I'm not really sure it was a good idea to make her the star of our campaign. Because now, most people would rather vote for her than vote for me. You know, a lot has changed in our lives. A lot has changed in our lives over the last 11 years. You allowed me to serve as Mississippi's first Republican treasurer for 2 terms. Now you've given me the privilege of serving as your lieutenant governor. But the most important changes in our lives over the last 11 years has been those 3 beautiful girls that Ely and I have. Some folks joke about those 3 girls being tater tots. At the Capitol, some people even call my leadership team tater tots. Well, I can't lie to y'all this morning. I get offended at that. Because my girls are a hell of a lot cuter than Senator Terry Brown. Senator, how you doing this morning? Good. The first person I heard call me Tater was former Democrat Speaker Billy McCoy. I don't think he was trying to be cute or nice. I had just been elected on a promise to be the taxpayers' watchdog, and Speaker McCoy was offended that I was actually going to keep that promise. I said no to Democrats who wanted to pile on more debt, and I said no to Democrats who wanted to redirect more of your money to their favorite charity. In fact, I even took Mike Moore to court on that, and we won. Speaker McCoy's nicknames didn't bother me then. In fact, I wore them as a badge of honor. Mississippians elected their youngest state treasurer to look out for what's best for the next generation, and that's what I did every single day. Today, senators who agree with me to fight higher taxes, to not borrow more than we can afford, and to demand better from our schools, well, we are all tater tots. And I don't believe we're alone in that fight. In fact, you just might be a tater tot if you believe that we ought to fight the status quo and push for better opportunities for our children. Over the past 2 years, the legislature has increased funding for K through 12 public education by more than $83 million. But money is not the solution to fixing Mississippi's education woes. We have to push the envelope on more education reform. That's what the legislature did this year, and I will make sure we do even more next year. Mississippi took its first steps towards giving parents a choice in where their children attend school. For the first time, public charter schools will be allowed to open in school districts rated D and F. And public charter schools can open in school districts that are rated A, B, or C, as long as the local school board does not block what parents demand. We are putting parents in charge, and we are just getting started. When parents see these public charter schools succeed, they're going to demand more school choice for more families, and I will stand with them. This session, the legislature also raised the bar on what we expect from our schools. Right now, only 47% of Mississippi 3rd graders can read at grade level and understand what they're reading. And we wonder why so many students give up in the 9th grade and drop out. 53% of them never left the 3rd grade with a high probability for success. Why? Because after the 3rd grade, you start beginning to read to learn, not just to learn to read. That's why the legislature created 3rd grade GATE, meaning a child will have to read proficiently in the 3rd grade before being passed to the 4th grade. We will raise standards for kindergarten, for 1st grade, and for 2nd grade as well. We are going to throw everything we have at those 4 years to make sure every child in Mississippi gets off to a great start in life. I know students will rise up to meet these new standards for academic achievement. I know parents will respond by demanding better from principals and teachers. And I hope the Mississippi Legislature will respond as well by not giving up on more education reform.